choices that are going to be listen to this, very interesting. There are going to be, systems, plans, and administrations, tenure, stewardship that are going to be Antichrist. Nobody will tell me what Yaya Jammeh did to the 44 Ghanaian young men who died in Gambia was a godly thing. Yaya Jammeh locked 44 Ghanaian boys from Draso, and the BA boys who went through Sideso into Gambia, locked them in a room until they all died. He locked them for almost the boys stayed without food and water. They were climbing 2 months, 3 months until one die. Yaya Jammeh did that. Till today, Ghana government has said nothing about those boys who died. I asked the question, if those boys were sons of ministers, if they were children of chiefs in Ghana, if they were children of possibly preachers, will we keep quiet? They died as if they did not exist and they did not value. Their lives never counted. 44 of them. Antichrist. Yes, so you are going to have leaders that are going to purport decisions that are going to hurt people, and are going to also hurt the name of Christ and the things of Christ and the kingdom of Christ. That is going to be at the Antichrist is sorcery. And I'm talking about all these things that have crept into the world, and I am talking about the sorcery, divination. I'm looking at the pollution, the contamination that have hit the pulpit. We are going to see all that kind of thing. It's a wonder of the Antichrist. Please put the points on there for the people of God to follow. They are going to follow this particular conscript. You are going to see blasphemy in the pitch. See the occult groups. Tell me, Ghanaian leaders who are in authority, who don't belong to these groups I just mentioned. Tell me, which of our leaders does not belong? Sometimes you can have one leader in a particular place and people can die in that particular sector. You don't understand. Accidents. You have, let's say, an entity, a department, a ministry or something, and you are going to have a leader that belongs to Freemasons or Old Fellows or Illuminati or belongs to any of these cultic groups, and then you realize that he has not touched anybody, but the people within his fraternity are dying like dogs. Antichrist. In Ghana, when you talk about Freemasons come against you because Freemasons is everywhere. Freemasons sit in authority. Our politicians are Freemasons. You are going to have judges and have, people, who sit among them. And when they are dealing with issues, they deal with issues on those lines. They can say, let's make that one a president, and it will be. If this is not true, how can some people can sit in the world and say the population is too much? Nonsense. The population is too much. Let's decrease them. Let's create an epidemic and let's bring an epidemic and kill some of them because the population is too much. I'm talking about Antichrist. Who gave you that authority over another person to be able to say that the people are becoming too many? Let's create a system and then let's wipe some of them off. Create a system and wipe some of them off? Like serious? Are you serious? Let's wipe some of them off. So something happened. Human beings are dying off. Human beings. And so they can mention figures like today there is a bomb that went into that place and that bomb killed 200 people. 200 people? You call 200 people just? One stadium disaster struck at the Babayara Stadium. Ghanaians cried because we had lost almost about 100 and something people. It was an issue. June 3, when we had some few people die, we cried and lamented because our brothers and sisters are gone by flood and fire. You are telling me that 5,000 people are died and that is no news? Antichrist. The second wonder of the Antichrist will come in this particular sphere, contamination. And the contamination is not only going to be of the pulpit, it's also going to be of the heart, the conscience, and the motives. God is going to be ousted. We are going to put God out of his place. We will give no reverence and no honor to God again. Contamination. The pulpit has already been contaminated. Oh, contamination of the pulpit. We are losing the essence that the pulpit is the epicenter where God has placed his holy name. I have said this story many times. One day when we were children growing up, we went to play in the pulpit of the Presbyterian church in Abeka, where we fellowship. That day they beat us and beat us and beat us. Why? Because we have gone to hide in the big pulpit. You are not even supposed to come close to the altar, let alone the pulpit. Now you have young boys, Ghanaian boys, who sit in South Africa and kiss young ladies in the name of deliverance in church. I have said to you, one day you are going to come and you are going to listen to this very carefully. You are going to come and you are going to see, churches in Ghana and Nigeria and parts of Africa and all stuff like that. You are coming to see, people having sex on the altar. That also is coming very quickly. That is a level of contamination. Already we have, pastors raping young girls in their offices, all kinds of madness. There are certain reputable churches that you never thought can do certain things. Shocking. Now they have pastors who are molesting, marginalizing, castigating, and reducing the name of the Lord to nothing, and their leadership cannot rebuke them. So now we have the generation of Eli who cannot rebuke his own children. People are messing up and misbehaving in church, in government, and nobody can correct them and put them in order. Yeah. I went to an office of a uniform force and I saw young girls in the front office looking at their misbehavior. I said to myself, these girls are doing something very, very, very promiscuous in this place. And then whilst I voiced it out, the young man standing there said, hey, also, young kahasemu. The shame misbehavior of the young ladies, no rank. Because, ladies and gentlemen, there is something about promiscuity. When you will be chimpana, senipano, ebu, adia, your friend and so any day, sadiano, a I'm telling you, if I'm saying you will be chimpana, senipano, umumeyire, umunyame, umubonsam. Your friend iniquity comes to live in the heart of that person, and that iniquity begins to rise and climb up and do very crazy things in their lives. Small girl, but small girl. You have crossed your line. You have crossed your line. And you have lost dignity and respect and honor. Yeah, that is what you have lost. You have lost that. It's so sad. Sometimes we see an honorable, we all call him honorable because we believe he's honorable. Honorable, we are bowing to him. And the young girl does not even, the young girl sees the honorable as trash. Because Bibi Abetina young girl. Bibi Abetina young girl. And so the Bible said in the book of Ecclesiastes, he that breaks a hedge, the serpent will bite. The serpents are going after the hedge breakers. The moment you break the hedge, serpents are after you. Temporary pleasure, 5 minutes of pleasure would deny you a whole future. Temporary pleasure. I've seen great men, great people, lost opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Lost great opportunity. he that digs a pit shall fall into it, and whosoever breaks the hedge, the serpent will bite or shall bite him. Ecclesiastes chapter 10 verse number 8. Now a wonder of the Antichrist is the wonder of the new world order. I said, if a man marries a woman and they give birth to children, that is the order that God instituted. Now we have a new order, and the order is two men will marry and adopt a child, and then that is a new order. Two women will get married, and then two women are going to live together, and one woman will say I am husband, and another woman will say I am wife, and they go and adopt a child. Yeah, we are going to have all kinds of things, different kinds of things, like surrogacy is going to be another order. Yeah, I can look at you, you're a woman, and say, come on baby, I want to have a child, but I don't want my wife to have the child, but I want you to have the child for me. It's an order. Oh yeah. Oh man. So then the girl, impregnates and then have a child for us, and then the moment the child comes, we will receive the child. Oh. And another order, comes into the picture. Like you have a woman receives a proposal from a man. That is an order. It's an order that God instituted. The Bible said, therefore shall a man leave father and mother and cleave unto his wife, and both of them shall become one flesh. Therefore what God has put together or joined together, let no man put asunder. Now we have a man living with a woman for 10 years, having 2 children, no marriage, no bride price. That is a new order. That is a new order. Honor your father and your mother, that your days will be prolonged on the earth. We met every elderly person was every elderly person, was a father to us and a mother to us. Now we can have small boys pick up phone and talk to their reduce, insult and say all kinds of swelling words and hurtful words to the chief, because it's a different order. A young man can sit, on radio, television, online, and insult men, women of God, castigate them, reduce them to nothing, because it's an order. It's a different order. This is why I keep telling our elders, I said, be very careful with the kind of decisions and choices that you guys are making, because very interestingly, if you are not, don't respect anybody, and there is a generation coming, the Bible said, does not honor father, does not respect mother. Yeah, their teeth are sharp swords. There is a generation that does not honor it. I mean, no conscience. Gone are the days where a person sleeps in their boyfriend's house and comes to church, and they feel so guilty, run to the altar, confess their sins, and cry in tears during worship. These days, they will carry their suitcase and go and live in somebody's husband's house, whose wife is on holiday for 3 months. And by the time they come, they are the first in the dancing floor. I got joy, 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 joy overflow. They can sing it because they have no conscience. You people feel like Christianity is just dressing up and coming to church, but that is not true. Christianity is being the salt of the earth and the light of the world. Christianity is godliness. Christianity is wisdom. Christianity is holiness. People go to church, but they are broke because they will not work, because they will not be responsible. I mean, when I look at the irresponsibility of our churches, I sometimes go, it really amazes me. The irresponsibility that have crept our churches from here to there. It will amaze and blow you apart. The irresponsibility. Christianity is not a joke. It's not hey hallelujah jumping out. No, this is why judgment will begin from the house of God. 1 Peter chapter 4 verse number 17. It will begin with the preachers, the apostles, the bishops. I said, listen to me, middle. There are many things in this generation. But the way adultery and fornication is really wiping this generation off is serious. Edwamai higher. Edwamai higher. Poni be brave we are say but Edwamai headed. Yeah, Edwamai no American generation me enim suffer. Enim ohene. Enim nana. Enim president. Enim minister. Enim MP. Enim judge. Edwamai in a bar it crosses lines. A Jamai, 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 a Jamai. Oh, Koya Juma Wahane, Yawako, boy, Jamai, a Jam, a Jam, a Jamai, a Jamai. I said, Yamohaman name, a Jamai, a Jamai, a Jamai, a Jamai. Mote haba fire, Jamai. Fire, Jamai. When quotation what Bible munna but oye Jamai. When ye not change so be free home. Oye Jamai. I'm telling you the truth. Would you be rechi unche? Then found one sorry I'll yeah, 50 days fasting found with Jim. You follow somebody's husband, you will die like a dog. I told you the truth. Because we didn't grow for chronometry. I'm talking to you. Follow, so keep following. Because you are following somebody's husband, the person is crying, your children have become so miserable, and you feel it's a blessing. It's because your conscience is dead. There are people here who have embezzled funds in their workplaces, stolen money from company coffers. It will never be well with you. I told you the mind of God. It will never be well with you. It will never be well with you. People have borrowed money from banks, borrowed money from Abrochiri, and they have run away, blocked their phones, blocked their access, and they are here. I have joy. I'm talking only to the wise. People are accountants stealing money with their conscience, their dead conscience. And they come and sit here and say, you are Christian? You surprise me. You really surprise me. Wow, you have impregnated somebody and you know this child is yours. And you are walking about this Accra and you don't feel anything in your conscience. You have a dead conscience. You have a dead conscience. This is the same conscience that is dead, which is I wonder of the Antichrist. People can be living in America, UK, Europe, and all that. They have wives and children here, but they can still marry or live with another woman as if nothing has happened. One incident happened here at Dome Point 1. It shook me. A woman, businesswoman, amazing woman, helped her husband. Those days, connection. Paid for connection for her husband, connection man, to go to America. The woman, did everything, paid for ticket and all that. And you will not believe, for the first 1 year, the woman will change dollars from Accra and send it to America to her husband until he had a job. When he had a job, then the woman stopped. This woman has built a house, massive mansion, out of her business. One day, her husband came back after 10 years with a white woman. Before the husband came, the husband made very interestingly to the woman and said to the woman, I have already told this lady that you are my house help. Didn't even say sister. Therefore, I want you to behave yourself as a house help. Cook for us, clean for us, try and serve us and all that kind of thing. But you know that between me and you, we are husband and wife. The woman told me, she said, Prophet, you will not believe. these guys came to live in this house for 2 weeks. If I tell you, my heart leaped from my chest cavity and fell off. These guys are having sex morning next to me, right in my own house. The house was not my husband's paid house. I bought this land, I built this house. My husband came with his girlfriend into our matrimonial home and has sex for 2 weeks. The conscience is dead. Dead! Anybody who is finding it difficult to say sorry, you have a dead conscience. Oh, sweetie, I'm sorry. I hurt you the last time. I'm very sorry. You can't say this. Your conscience is dead. I'm telling you. Can you just imagine? Dead conscience have collapsed many marriages. Dead conscience cannot even say sorry. I will repeat this. Saying sorry does not make you weak. It makes you responsible. It makes you responsible. Take the responsibility that I messed up. I'm sorry. It's done. Kneel down and say sorry. Kneel down and say sorry. Kneel down. Pastor Eastwood knelt down in church and begged all his pastors. Ask me, what did he do? Nothing. Then I learned that saying sorry does not put you at fault. You say sorry only to bring peace.